be on charting and the top bar on the charts, which has the studies, the settings, and some tips and tricks that I have for you to be able to navigate through your charts the best. First thing is in this tab, share. The share will share everything that is on your chart, including your indicators and your drawing. And then it'll create a link and you can send that to somebody who has Thinkorswim and they can import everything that you have. This is the studies button. And let's just add a few studies here. Simple moving average. Let's add some Bollinger Bands. And let's add an RSI. This lower section right here for the RSI will show up right down here. And the Bollinger Bands are up here with the simple moving average. And you can change these. Let's say that I want a 20 moving average and I want to change that to green and I want it to be dashes. So now that will turn to green dashes, but I need this midline to go away. To make that disappear, I'm just going to unclick all these, which is show plot, show bubble, show title, take away that midline, and let's say that I want this lower band to be blue, this upper band to be blue. Hit OK, apply, and now I've got the blue Bollinger Bands with my green 20 moving average. Save as set. I can say green 20, set, hit save, come over here to sets, and I could load in that set. So say that I have nothing on it, I can hit add selected, and it's going to load that set that I just created of green 20. So there's the studies tab, the settings right here, chart settings. These settings will apply to all your charts. So the first thing right here is show orders. Showing orders will show your order on the chart, and then this alert will show alerts. So if I create an alert right now by right clicking, create alert, and I'm going to say when range is above 230, go with like 238, create. Now that alert is showing. And that's what this does. If I hit do not show alert, apply, it will go away. I like mine to be shown. Show studies, that is obviously the studies. Highlight studies on hover. So when I hover over these, they will be highlighted. This right here is for drawing, snap to, OHLC, which stands for on, high, low, or close. Whenever I click, it's gonna automatically snap to that high right there. If I click down here, it's gonna automatically snap to that low. That is what this one does. It will snap your drawing, and OHLC is, in my opinion, the best. You can also do a bar center or on the tick. This right here will synchronize the crosshairs, which is that cross that I have as I move my mouse. So if I am on two charts and they have different time frames, then the cross will synchronize between the charts. This is very helpful when you're trying to find exactly how it's doing on one time frame compared to another time frame. Up here is just the bubbles from on the side here. So show high low bubbles, show last price bubble, extend order to the alert aligns to the left, so it would just extend that over there. Show trades. This will actually show your trades that you've done. So right here, showing that I sold it at 250 and bought it at 247. And down here, you've got show price subparagraph. So this will actually, if you undo that, it will completely take away your chart. So you want that checked. Overlap volume. This will overlap the volume so that it is on the chart rather than underneath it. The data box. This is this information right here. So this data box, you can have it either floating or fixed. The tools, this one's cool. You can have them on each chart. Apply. That is this bar that just showed up, and you can customize it to put studies, put a study set on it, put a style on it, do a drawing tool like Fibonacci retracements. If I hit done, I can just click there, and I can quickly get to my retracements that I like to do. Let's come back here to settings. Another way that you can have that on is on a single panel, and then I'll pull up a panel like this and you can have those tools. Another cool thing is this little button right here. It will add whatever one you're clicking on, it will add it to the styles tab. So if I hit apply here, it'll add these check marks right here, and I can quickly change those settings just by the check mark. So settings, those three things were added because of these. So these will add it to that styles tab. Next one is the price axis. This is the way that the charts are going to scale. So when you're zooming in and out of a chart, it's going to scale and decide what to fit into that chart. So it will fit the high and low if you check that, fit orders that you have in it, fit alerts, fit patterns, and then it'll change it accordingly. Because I have all of them checked, it wanted to fit this entire thing of the Fibonacci retracements into the chart. So you can play around with that with what you like. Normally, just the stuff that are automatically put in is just fine. And then you can add expansion areas, so this will increase the space between the top and the bottom of the charts. If I hit apply, you see that it shrunk it a lot because I put 30% up and down. And here you can put a custom interval. This will put the intervals of the side chart right here. I'm just going to put this all back to the default because I like the way the default was. Next is the time axis. So here will just be the time frame that you're currently in, which is a daily year, and you can expand it here on the side. This I do like to do. I like to expand it like 10 so that that candle isn't just right on the edge. So it puts 10 candle space in between here and the side. And then you can decide auto expand to fit those options. Display these options. Favorite time frames. Here you can add your favorite time frames. So let's say that I would like a 20-year quarterly. Now that is right here. And when I hit apply, on the next tab where the time frames are, that 20-year quarterly is going to be there. You can also customize it just by clicking customize list right there. And you can delete them and do whatever you would like. The appearance tab. This one, you can change the way that your candles are. You can change it to a candle trend. I like just candles. You can play around with the other ones. And you can choose if you want it to be filled or if you want them to be hollow. You can show wicks or take them away. This cross is just the cursor cross. You can choose to take that off. The volume bars, this is how you change it so that it matches the color of the candles. So instead of them all being blue, they are going to be colored the same as the candles. So the green ones will be green and the red ones will be red. Or you can just change them to all be orange if you would like, or whatever color. Next thing is the background. This will change the background of the entire chart. If you want them blue, you can change them blue. I personally like everything black, so I'm going to leave it black. And then the grid. Some people think that the grid makes it look a little messy, so you like to uncheck it and hit apply. That grid is gone. Right here is the equities. This will only affect the equities, not options, futures, or Forex. So when you click on these things, it will only affect stocks. So first thing is the volume. So the volume is automatically there. I like to add this so that I can take it on and off by hitting the style button. And if I take it off, it's gone. But this will only apply to stocks. So if I was looking at futures, the volume bar will still be there. I like to show my volume, so I'm going to keep it there. Next thing is the showing extended hours traded. So right now it's checked, so it is showing extended hours. On this chart, it's still showing extended hours. This gray is the extended hours, and the darker is the normal hours. So if I change this to an hourly chart, all that gray is after hours or extended hours. But when I take it off on under the equities tab, now those extended hours are not shown to make it a cleaner chart. Your studies, like a moving average, will take into account the after hours if you leave them on, and it won't take them in account if you do not have after hours on anything that's below a daily chart. And then on the next ones, you've got the options, which give you the same type of things, but most importantly, volume and the after hours. And this will only apply to options symbols. These will only apply to the futures symbols. You can play around with those and the Forex. So there you have it for the settings. Next is this is where you can change your time frame, as we went over just a second ago. Your style, this you can actually save all your settings and save it as a style. So if I save this style, it will save all this. So if I name it black, green, and blue, and if I click include patterns and studies, this is going to include my blue Bollinger Bands that I added. It's going to include all the studies, and it's going to include this pattern. If I hit save, that just saved the entire style, so including the time frame. So over here, if I click style, load style, look for my black, green, and blue, click that, it's going to completely copy exactly what was over here, because this is the entire style, every part of the chart. Right here's your drawings. You've got your drawing tools. the trend lines, the price levels. You can play around with what each one of these do. I like the Fibonacci retracements and the price levels the best. And then this is the same thing as right here. This is just a quick edit studies, and this one you can actually do a quick studies and add whatever studies you would like. You can even just remove all studies. So now it's not showing any of those that I added. There you have it for the charts and some quick ways that you can be able to switch between charts and do some of those studies. Comment below if you have any questions. Thanks.